Hey there, real quick before we get into the episode, I just want to ask you a huge favor. As you know, this podcast isn't monetized, and I really hope to keep it that way. And so, what would really be awesome is if you did me the favor of passing it forward, paying it forward. Hit that share button if you want to share this particular episode, or share the entire podcast. Post it on your stories or in your social media, or share it directly with any individual that you might think would appreciate and enjoy this content. I really want to continue giving you value for free, sharing this information with you because my mission is to help you on your journeys, right? And as I said, if you're finding this stuff helpful, chances are there's somebody else out there that will. So again, do me a quick favor, hit that share button, and let's get this message out. All right, on with the show. Media. If network marketers knew how to actually market, then they wouldn't have to. They wouldn't need to make these broadcast announcement that they're leaving and that they're changing new companies. Hi, my name is Ronnie Cruz. After almost 2 decades as a career network marketer, I realized that despite continual work on my personal and professional development, that I had hit a massive brick wall. So I took a deep and honest look at myself, top to bottom, hoping to find answers. And my search led me to one conclusion. The definitions I held of my business, of my world, of my life were the very things holding me back. If I wanted to change, if I wanted to grow beyond my current circumstances, I had to wipe the slate clean and redefine. This show is dedicated to helping you identify the belief systems, the mindsets, the very definitions that have held you back, and then help you break through those limitations to finally create the life you've been working so hard to achieve. Welcome to the ReDEFINE podcast. All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a network marketing episode, so strap in. I don't know why I say that. I think because when I talk about network marketing here on the show, it sounds like I have a lot of gripes with the profession, and that's not really true. I love the profession. The profession itself and the business model itself is beautiful and it's wonderful. I have gripes with how it's practiced in that I think we're really kind of limiting our abilities, right? We're limiting ourselves to a very narrow set of skill sets that are, I think, rapidly going out of date. And so that's why it sounds like I'm complaining a lot when I talk about network marketing. Just to backtrack, I do have a lot of experience in network marketing. It's the one field that I have the most experience in. I'm nearly 20 years into this thing, and throughout my entire journey, I've always worked to improve and better my skills within network marketing. But also, I've worked, especially in the last 5 years or so, as things have rapidly changed in the marketplace, I've worked to explore new ways of building, right? New ways of generating business within the profession itself. Because, like the things that we've done, I feel like especially the things that we're teaching, they still work, but the skill set's very narrow, and a lot of it is getting really outdated. The topic for today is what happens when somebody leaves their network marketing company to join another, especially somebody with a lot of influence, somebody with a relatively sizable team. It's something that happens a lot in network marketing. I don't think I've actually ever talked about it here on the show, but I think, as I mentioned in the last episode, it's something that's happening in my company right now, and the perspective that I want to bring to it isn't so much that I'm griping, right? And I don't think the past episodes where I've talked about network marketing is me griping. I think everything that I've delivered and talked about, I've given clarity to, and it comes from a point of critical thinking, right? Yeah, I know I get very passionate sometimes when I talk about this topic. Again, it's because I've been a network marketer for almost 20 years, but also because I think how stubborn and set in our ways, as network marketers, I think as a profession, we're very set in our ways. And I'm really working to kind of fight that, because there are people that are getting started in this profession, or there are people that have been in this profession that still struggle. and we haven't been able to find an answer for them, other than you just got to meet more people, which is fine. Again, that works, but is it like, is the effectiveness of that really, yeah, is it I mean, historically it's not that, historically it hasn't been very effective. Especially now, though, I think there's so many more answers, right? There's so many more answers. So again, it's not that I'm griping. It's just that I really want to break us out of these patterns that have been holding us back as a profession. Now, when it comes to a leader leaving and joining another company, obviously it'll have a big impact on the field, right? Maybe not the company itself, but it'll have a big impact on the field. If a leader with a relatively sizable organization and influence in the field leaves and decides to join another one, join another company, then yeah, of course it's going to impact the field. People are going to question why. People are going to wonder, okay, so like, what does this mean for the company? Lots of questions are raised. Now, leaving a company is all well and good, right? It's all well and good, and I'm not going to talk about building two companies, right? That's a whole separate episode on its own. But leaving a company to join another company is all well and good. We all have the right and the privilege to do what we want, right? We're independent distributors, even in the job market, right? As an employee, you technically have a right to, if you are unhappy with your current situation and your current position, you have a right to shop around, look for other companies, and then quit and join the new company when if you see a greener pastures, so to speak, right? So same thing with network marketing. We're free to come and go as we please. The problem with network marketing is that it's very kind of insulated within itself. It's a small community, right? Network marketers know network marketers, whether it's within the same company, but in the profession itself, it's a really, really small world. And what we've gotten good at as a skill set is networking, right? We're good at networking. We're good at fostering relationships and developing friendships. I have many friends and colleagues outside of my own company that I've been connected with and friends with for years. So it's a relatively small community. It's a pretty connected community because we're so good at networking. I mean, that's how we build our business. That's how we teach building our business, right? Again, go meet more people, right? It's all about networking. What happens when a leader leaves, generally, not all the time, but what happens when a leader leaves is that, it causes a stir, right? It causes a stir within the company. It causes a stir within the profession, especially if you're well connected in the profession. And so a lot of questions are raised. Now, why does it need to cause a stir? Largely because of the rumor mill. And number two, I think the biggest reason why it causes a stir is when these leaders that are making a move or transferring to a new company, they do it very publicly. We live in the digital age, obviously, in a social media age. It is media, and so it's hard not to take advantage of that media as a networker, as somebody that is connected with a lot of people and has a big network. Big events and happenings like this, career events, like moving to a new company, the easiest way to let your network know about that, as opposed to calling them one-on-one and reaching out to people individually. The easiest way to do that is to announce it on social media, right? Broadcast it on social media. And so what that means is that, everybody knows about it, right? Everybody knows about it. Now, the opposite can easily just as easily happen, going quietly and not making a big to do about it. But what I've seen, at least in my time, is that most people leverage their network, especially their network online, and make any exits and changes and moves very public. Now, I get it. As a networker, it makes perfect sense. I mean, why not? Why not let people know in case people are looking for another opportunity, or in case other people are unhappy. However, it's so incredibly disruptive, and it's yeah, well, it's mining the miners, right? Again, the network marketing profession is very it's small. It's a small world, right? Like the connections and the ties that we have. We're only a few degrees removed from everybody in the profession, right? Because it's networking. And so like it causes a lot of disruption, and ends up happening is potentially you're stealing business. I don't want to say stealing because it's not overt, right? But like you potentially impact other people's organizations, therefore other people's checks and other people's livelihoods by doing this. Now, leaders that do this and that have done this might say, well, it's marketing, right? Like this is how I'm marketing my new opportunity, the new company. Well, not necessarily new, but the company that I'm going to be moving to, right? So I'm marketing for my new business. Yeah, I mean, if that's part of your marketing strategy, it's not really marketing. As I mentioned, marketing is a whole different thing, and we'll get into that in just a second. But what people are actually doing when they do this is networking. They're letting their network know. They're broadcasting it. Social media allows us to network. Well, it allows us to magnify and amplify our communications through our network. Again, as opposed to reaching out to a small group of people or an individual, you can blast something out on social media and on the internet, and you can potentially reach your entire network, right? And of course, if you're a leader within the network marketing profession, if you have a reputation, then you're going to reach quite a few. It's still not marketing. It's still not marketing, right? That's networking amplified by social media. If network marketers knew how to actually market, then they wouldn't have to, they wouldn't need to make these broadcast announcement that they're leaving and that they're changing new companies. They wouldn't need to purposefully or unpurposefully, but I think it's purposefully, they wouldn't need to tap into existing networks within the network marketing profession, right? Or even within their old company. And that's exactly what happens when a leader announces they're changing companies on social media. It's just a way to tap into the existing networks within the network marketing profession. If you knew how to market, you wouldn't need to do that at all, because you could generate business, and you can generate leads and prospects for your new network marketing opportunity without that, right? People that aren't in network marketing. You can find people who aren't buying other people's, products from other companies. You can just create a marketing system and a marketing funnel for your new opportunity and just transfer quietly without making a big hubbub about it. This is the problem. Network marketers aren't teaching actual marketing. Again, we've gotten great at the networking side, but the marketing side, no clue. No clue about it. No clue about it. Generally speaking, of course. And so, that's one of the things that I want to fix within the network marketing profession. I mean, last year I did a whole 3-day online event called the ReDEFINE Network Marketing event, right? And so that's still a torch that I'm teaching, that I'm holding, a flag I'm holding. I don't know what the saying is. You guys know that I'm horrible at sayings. It's still a mission that I'm very passionate about, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I do here on the ReDEFINE podcast, right? It's to help redefine our ideas of marketing and networking. There are things that I'm putting together right now that for me, it's very exciting, and this conversation really, I think, solidifies the need for what I'm doing right now and the things that I'm about to release. I'm releasing a blueprint that teaches how to market. It's a very, very simple, basic, fundamental framework of how to leverage social media to market your business, right? To create a marketing funnel for your network marketing business. doing the live seminar very, very soon. I don't have a date yet, but if you're listening to this, if you're interested, go ahead and follow my new Instagram account. It's @RonnieCruz. I'll leave it in the show notes of this episode and in the description of the YouTube. But go follow me on that account so that you can get the updates for when that's going to be released. Again, the blueprint's going to teach you a very, very simple framework of how to create a marketing funnel and generate business for your network marketing company or your network marketing business without having to rely on tapping into existing networks within the profession. Because I really think that's one of the biggest issues. If I were to ever leave my company that I'm with right now, we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to need to do it because the company is very, very sound. I mean, we're 14 years old, going on 15. There's not really a need to go anywhere. But if I were to, I could very, very easily just create a marketing funnel and start building my new opportunity without having tap into existing networks. Because again, that really for me, from a moral standpoint, from an ethics and integrity standpoint, is no bueno. By doing that like the old school way and tapping into existing networks and existing organizations within network marketing, you're taking food off of somebody else's table, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I've had it done to me many times over my career. And I guess maybe that's why, right? Like it's happened so often in my own business that I just needed to look for an answer and a solution for it. So if it's happened to you, the flip side of it is, well, if you have a marketing system, then that marketing system and that marketing funnel can help you. Well, yeah, just mitigate and fill in the holes, fill in the gaps of a potentially revolving door when people leave your company, right? When people leave your team, right? So you're never going to be without, right? You're never going to have to resort to tapping into existing networks within your company, within the profession itself, if you know how to market. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach in the blueprint. So again, follow me on my new Instagram account, @RonnieCruz. I'm going to leave it in the show notes of this episode. Stay tuned to when I'm going to do that live live seminar, and I'm going to teach you the framework that I'm using to generate new business for my company and for my organization. You'll see how simple it is, and you'll see that we never will ever have to rely on these old school networking tactics. Yeah, networking works. Networking is good, and you learn people skills. You learn how to develop relationships and connections, because it is that like part of business is who you know. But you also have to learn marketing, right? You also have to learn how to generate leads and prospects without tapping into other people's networks. So that's going to do it for this episode. I think I kind of beat this one into the ground. But thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with a fresh new one. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.